What's up guys, Spin Firearms here, and I have an awesome video for you guys, and I think this is a pretty awesome comparison, and you're going to see why and what I'm going to do here, right? But before we get started, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe. If you like firearms, hit the like button. If you like Glocks, hit the like button. Doesn't matter. The Second Amendment, hit the like button. Help me out. I really appreciate it. Throw a comment down below. It's free. And on top of that, you're helping the channel. If you want to go one step further, there is always super thanks, which is basically saying, hey, I appreciate the time. I appreciate the content. You know, here's for your hard work or whatever. But you guys don't have to do that. Just letting you guys know. Anyways, today we're going to be comparing the Glock 43X. And obviously this one does have some aftermarket parts on it, which we will be getting into, to the CZ P10M. I will show clear, but of course they are always prior safety checked prior to the video, and I'm not working with loaded firearms. It's just that simple. Anyways, we'll talk about the Glock 43X, right? I got my 43X before it was MOS, right? I have a 48 MOS, but this one came without a rail and was not optics ready. So in order to get an optics ready 43X, you have to send it away or get a different slide. So I got a different slide. But nowadays they're basically all MOS. And the 43X goes for about $485 to $515, somewhere in that range for the MOS system, right? And a lot of people like to throw shield arms mags in there, PSA dagger mags. I just want to say stick to 10+1. 10+1 is plenty for concealed carry. That's about that's about 3 to 4 more rounds than I carry majority of my week, considering I carry a 7+1 setup at work. So you're going to be fine. Train, carry a backup mag for malfunctions. You will be just fine. Do not use aftermarket mags. Yes, they do run. All of my shield arms mags have ran, but all it takes is that one time for it not to run. And I've just heard of so many problems that it scares me away from it. Anyways, the 43X, a great handgun, right? The number one thing I like about the 43X is how it feels in my hand. It feels better than my Glock 26. It almost feels a little bit better than my Glock 19, but it's probably the best, most ergonomic Glock out there. It's a thinner version of a Glock 19 with a long grip, just a little bit thinner. I think 0.1 inches or something like that. But whoever designed this or thought of this made it dang near perfect. I mean, it fits my hand like a glove. I wear size large gloves, but I do have a little bit fatter fingers. My hands take up the whole entire handgun, and I get a great purchase on this, and it feels so natural and right. That is my favorite thing about the 43X. Other than that, it does have a good trigger on it. People always say Glock trigger sucks, blah, blah, blah. For self-defense, you want a Glock trigger. You want something with a little resistance and basically a wall, right? You want something that's noticeable. You don't want a rolling wall or anything like that. You want to be able to handle your handgun under stress, right? But this is what the trigger pull looks like, right? The slim lines, the 42, the 43, 43X, and 48, tend to have better triggers than your average Glock, right? That's reset. Nothing crazy, nothing special, but I can shoot the crap out of it. So it is what it is, right? 3.4-inch barrel. Like I said, length of a Glock 19. And I wish Glock would have made it so, you know, you get 8 rounds here and then, you know, your 10+1 with the full mag. Do what a Hellcat, you know, what they did with the Hellcat. Do what they did with the P365. That'd be absolutely awesome. It gives us the ability to shapeshift, potentially pocket carry it, or just a better level of deep concealment, considering you may be active with your kids or on a bike ride and you want something a little thinner, a little bit more comfortable, right? But overall, the 43X is honestly easily top 3 concealed carry guns on the market today. That's why it's so popular, is because it fits hands so well. It's so natural that you shoot it really well, right? Other than that, nothing much to it. It's just a Glock. It runs. I always run mine with OEM mags, but you will see I do have a metal mag catch, but that's because I test my shield arms mags for reviews. I rarely ever carry the 43X, simply because it's a little bit too long for me to be comfortable, and on top of that, I print just a little bit. But overall, I love the 43X. I just like other Glocks better. But I do recommend this to plenty of people because this is an awesome handgun. And for $485 to $515, you're getting Glock reliability. And another thing I want to mention, there's no texturing on the Glock. So you are going to end up spending, you know, $20, $25 on some grips. And you're also going to be spending, you know, $50 to $120 on some new sights, because Glock OEM sights are terrible. I like the sight picture. I shoot it just fine. But they are plastic. If you ever drop your firearm, if you ever accidentally bang it on something while training, you are going to break your rear sight. I've done that many times. I've ruined a bunch of Glock OEM sights. And if you're wondering about the dot, that is the Cat X Pro from Sealy. I've gotten a lot of use out of it, not a single issue. The sights are Meeperlite sights. They're the True Dots. I absolutely love Meeperlite. They make some of the best glowing sights out there. You know, we're not in pitch black, but you can see those sights actually glowing. And that reminds me, I need to clean my optic window. Anyways, if you're wondering about the slide, that's a Kaplan manufacturing slide. They make really good quality ones. I have one for my 26, never a single issue, never a single hiccup, even with the aftermarket slide, and even when running Shield Arms mags as well as PSA mags. Other than that, pretty simple. Absolutely love my Glock 43X. Now, we're going to be comparing it to the CZ P10M. Clear, obviously. I want to just compare something, right? So we have 10 plus 1 on the right, 9 plus 1 on the left. Now, obviously, you have to spend $20 to get that base plate, but that's not a terrible deal, right? Let's go up top, see what they look like in comparison, right? Let's get slide to slide. The CZ is a little bit longer, but it also has a little bit longer barrel, I believe, as well. Let's go barrel to barrel. Just a tad bit, maybe not even. But it's also a little wider in the slide, which also helps with recoil. It's a flatter shooting gun than the 43X. Now let's look at heights, right? 10 plus 1 on the right, 9 plus, oops, sorry guys. Let's get it even. 10 plus 1 on the right, 9 plus 1 on the left. Now obviously you do have to use that base plate, but it runs absolutely flawlessly. The CZ is skinnier. Notice the grip width. It is skinnier, right? And the CZ does not need grips. It comes right out of the box with awesome texturing, but I just love my Talon Pro grips. I put them on every single carry gun that I might be carrying. Now, here's with the 7-round mag, right? 7 plus 1, obviously it's going to be much shorter, but what's nice about this is, right, I can never take this and shrink it down. This has the ability at least to shrink down. Now, 7 plus 1, like I said, I'm just fine with 7 plus 1. I could carry 7 plus 1 the rest of my life and feel just fine. I put most of my confidence in reliability as well as my training. And both these handguns have been 100% reliable, and I absolutely, trust both of them, right? But anyways, 7 plus 1 may seem outdated, but you know how much this handgun goes for? I've seen it as low as $230. I've even seen it like $250 with a rebate. So if you can get this handgun for anywhere between $230 and $300, which is generally what I see it for, $299 is normally what it's going for, but I've seen it all over the place because it's outdated. No one wants a single stack in 2024 and blah, blah, blah. But if you can find this, get your hands on it. It is a gem. Even if it's just a beater, a blue-collar work gun that's going to get beat up, dented, gunked up, just something to throw in the backpack, throw in the truck, or it can be your main carry. It's a CZ. The thing just runs, right? And I saw in other reviews, people mentioned it having a bigger gap here. And that could mean a poorer build or less quality. That's not the case at all. I hate to break it to you guys. Gaps I've seen in many different firearms, like the Glock 43 that I have has a pretty big gap. My Ruger Max 9 has a big gap in the rails, and so when you shake it, it rattles. Never a single issue. I've had builds that I make with some extra room, not a single problem. So that doesn't mean anything. This handgun is really well made, just like the rest of the CZs. The price is so low because it's a single stack and everyone crapped on it. Also notice no slide stop, right? But there's an internal one, right? People are complaining, oh, how am I going to release the slide? The way it was intended, right? I just want to point something out. If you always release it from the slide stop, there's a chance that that round won't chamber. If you shoot a lot and your firearm's gunked up and stuff and you go like this, sometimes that round just doesn't go in. So I always slingshot it, right? Or sorry, when you use this, I always slingshot it to give it that extra power and less of a chance of a round not being chambered properly or jamming up on me. CZ P10M, it's the same exact quality as my CZ P10S, which is about $100 more expensive than this. Same quality, same awesome finish. I mean, the finish is just perfect on these CZs. Barrel finish is actually pretty decent. Awesome serrations. Awesome memory pads right here. And something to fight a little recoil. It does have a rail. Like I said, it does have great texturing, but I do like grips and to make it a little bit wider. But the thing is small. I've pocket carried it. I've pocket carried at work as a new construction plumber in this setup right here. And 7+1, 8 rounds. If you train, if you're aware of your surroundings, if you avoid crappy areas, you're going to be just fine. I'm telling you. But this is another one of the big reasons people don't buy it, right? This trigger. It's about 7 pounds. The reset's really nice, so I don't know why people complain about that first shot being, 7 pounds or whatever. But here we go. Ready? This is first shot. Look at such a defined wall because, like I said, it's about 6.5 pounds, 7. You see how defined that is? That can benefit you under stress, under adrenaline. Something goes down and you have everything going through you and there's stuff going on everywhere and everything's out of control. That wall is going to be your best friend. But also the trigger is a good trigger. When I hold it and shoot, that handgun goes nowhere. it is a nice trigger. And like I said, that reset, oh, sorry guys, that reset, actually pretty decent, and it kicks out. 6.5 pound trigger, it is what it is. It loosens up the more rounds that go by. This thing is over 1,000 rounds, not a single problem. And honestly, I carry it. I carry it quite often. I rarely ever carry it like this. This is always my backup mag unless it's winter time. But I mean, man, does it feel good in the hand. It is, the 43X feels really good in the hand, but so does this. This feels really good. And even with that smaller mag, it feels good in the hand. It just feels good. It fills your hand more than a P365, more than a Hellcat, more than a Shield Plus, because it's just a little bit wider. But man, this is a complete package. It reminds me of like the 43 or the Walther PPS M2. It's small, but it shoots like a compact or a full size. It's a awesome handgun, and for $230 to $299, come on. A CZ, it's just, you could use this for anything. A beater gun, pocket carry, backup, backpack gun, truck gun, you know, hiking gun, whatever. And it's going to run reliably. This is an awesome handgun. It's always slept on, rarely talked about. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I also hope you can read the comments, because you're going to see some comments of people saying, hey, that's an awesome handgun. This thing just runs. I love mine. Because that's what it is. People love the CZP-10M once they buy it. The people who talk down on it are the ones who haven't shot it. The ones who complain about dumb stuff like slide stops not being there, right? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.